Now, let's get this song. You and Johnny Drill apparently been knowing each other, been friends,
Been friends,
right?
yeah.
Tell me about that relationship and how it grew.
So I think he had this song that he'd written very many years ago, and I was in the house watching YouTube, and it suggests for me this song like, I will be your Romeo and you will be my Juliet, you know. So if you're a Johnny Drill fan, you know it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's happening? What are you talking about? This guy is singing pigeon and folk at the same time.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you find something you like, you just go down the rabbit hole
Yes.
and listen to everything.
Yeah.
And I was an instant converted fan, like a religion. And one thing led to another, and we needed to I have this gig called Ash that I have done for maybe almost 6-7 years, and every time we bring a surprise guest, so we all thought, why don't we just bring Johnny? So we reached out to his management, and he was like, yeah, I'd like to come. This was before guys really knew him.
Yeah.
So he came to Kenya 2019 for the show, and we just became like really good friends. So when you find musicians, especially songwriters, like to share ideas,
Yes.
and you know, so it's like, oh my gosh, I like this song, I like how you wrote it. No, I like this song. So we sent him we actually have been trying to work together since 2019. So I wrote the first song, and then he wrote it. Then I was like, I don't know about this one. Then he wanted a translation in Swahili for another of his songs. So he was like, could you help me with this? And translated. And then now in 2021, we did Netflix. The first Kenyan film was Disconnect.
Yes.
And I was the songwriter for the movie. So the whole point was to write original pieces of music for the movie. And because it was there was a Nigerian wedding. And I thought to myself, they're coming to Kenya for a wedding. So we need a song in English, but with something that's significantly West African.
Yes.
What if we turn this into a love story about the two? So that's when I wrote Kele. And we just put half of it into the movie. But then it did so well. We had people in Barbados, Jamaica, Lithuania saying, what is this jam?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Also, let's not just gloss over that accomplishment for making original scores for Netflix. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, well
Actually,
done.
the first Kenyans to do that. Because
Right?
if Disconnect
Yeah.
was the first film on Netflix,
Yeah.
then they're the first film score to actually land on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's just over there breathing. And yeah, we are not the same. God knows. And if I had quarter your talent. But one thing I'm most excited about is accolades. When you're working, probably a nomination here. Congratulations on your Emmy nomination. That I
Again,
don't know the
just
year, though.
casually,
Yeah, but
congrats
yeah.
on your Emmy nomination.
Yeah, you know, it's something really celebrated globally. And at home, some artists work so that they get accolades. How do you stay focused and you're not like fixated on nikiimba hii itaingia kwa category best film, or it's going to go into like score, this one will be more like accentuated into something that's going to be used maybe globally. Sometimes we write with targets, but how do you balance that?
Okay. That's such a good question. Have I said that about every question? Do I sound
Yeah,
so
umetusifu.
typical?
Our boss is
That's
listening.
such a good question.
Thank you. We have not paid her.
Kwa performance review tuna pull up hii interview.
Listen to her say.
I can
Emmy
recommend. I can
nominee.
say yes, performance. Great journalism.
Yeah, thank you.
So I think the highest form of creativity is being true to yourself and writing, because you have a responsibility to share your art with the world. Whether or not it wins awards, if it wins awards, that's great. It means that you have gotten the validation that your art is acceptable, maybe to in a certain space and everything. But I think anybody who's true to their art wakes up in the morning and says, I have something in me that I have to share with the world. And that's a bonus. I think the greatest reward is listening to a piece of music or writing a song and it being everything you dreamt about. So personally, I'm like, they would be, they're great, you know, in what they allow, the exposure that they bring, the spaces that they allow you to occupy. But I'm as people become true to their art, they're making it for the love of it.
Yeah.
I will not dismiss or even pretend that the entire marketing angle and the benefit of that doesn't exist, you know. But we're still young in this space, and we're trying to find a place where you can marry the two, you know, and make it work. So that's my personal opinion. I think somebody standing from the business angle would speak differently.
Yeah, they'll
somebody
tell you-
standing from the creating will speak differently.
True.
So it just evolves. But for me, I think my this for me is a reward. You know, this is more than that, Emmy. It's just sitting with you guys and you know my songs. That's just oh my goodness.
It
Yeah.
really
You know,
feels...
Yes.
like he said that song. He one day broke up with that chick and he listened to it. That's everything.
Any Lilia, like him crying in the shower.
In the shower,
Ndio
yeah.
kufanya zile those
That Jamas
mini
cried
hiccups
like-
like uko unadhani any record, shower records, you're really doing well, you know.
You're doing your best,
Yeah.
holding yourself together. Real quick before we get into the music, the video for Kele is also out.
Yay.
And it's gorgeous, it's amazing. The world we're living in right now, attention span yetu, dash, right? We are like 30-second people, TikTok, everything move fast. How do you now create a video for a time like this? Is that something you keep in mind? You're like, you know what? It's a purity thing.
Okay.
I'm going to create the video that this song deserves. Whether people are watching visualizers or TikToks or whatever, this is what I'm going to do.
I think I cannot take much credit for the video. I came in like a model. You know, the models come in.
Come as
I
you
love
are.
The, hey, they
Yeah.
just sit over there on the chair. Then they're told, "Hey, move, turn your head." Right? With zero creative input in it. David produced the song and directed the video, and I think
Kwa watu talented kwa nyumba inasaidia.
watu wa-
Tupatie namba ya David.
07
Yeah,
12
07.
34 56
Wait.
98. I did
Atapigiwa.
1 2 3 4 5
Oh.
You didn't understand my joke.
Yeah, I know indeed. Hey, smart people.
Alikuwa
Just
amepanda
say 12 34 56
Oh, yeah. Next time,
78.
That's a good one, yeah. Right?
It's a good one. So I think what we have such beautiful people in Kenya. Like the chicks are just stunning. You know, if nobody is telling us, we'll tell ourselves. And there were many things that I liked. I love the set design that was done by my manager Rosemary, and she brought out just. We have a flower culture. You know, we have really, really beautiful flowers. We have stunning people, and there's a sense to which, because we are talking about Kele, we can celebrate our Africanness but still have some form of popular culture within us.
Yeah.
I think people, if you can watch a movie, you can watch a video.
Yeah.
So it's not an issue at all. You just have to make sure that whatever you're trying to send across as far as appreciation is brought out. If you bring 100 to the table, people will give you the
100%
same
of their attention.
100% of their attention. So nothing is going to change. I mean, I remember when Pharrell did Happy and he did us do 24-hour thing where people were dancing.
Yeah.
Do you know we watched all those things?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? Today when I think about it, I'm like, and I would watch it again.
Yeah.
So it just goes back to being
It's a give
true
and
to
take,
your
right?
Yeah, and you give 100%.
And on that note, watch Kele. It's
Yes.
out now on YouTube.
Yay.
Killer platform.